Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Happy day. I think it's Thursday. I never know what day of the week it is, especially not now. All the days are blending together. Happy day, no matter when you're watching. I want to say hi and hello if you're joining me live, or hi and hello if you are joining the replay. Good morning and cheers. I still have my coffee in my Central Perk mug. It's a good one. I hope you're having a beautiful morning. I hope you're having a beautiful week. I have my coffee. I have my citrine crystal. Felt like a good one to have. Citrine's a crystal for abundance, and it felt like a good one to hold during this conversation about our comfort zones around money. Money, 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 money. Should we sing? So I asked in the group, and I have no outline for this live, by the way, so could become a bit of a ramble, but a lot of this live is going to be about trust, and so I thought I'd lead with that energy, presenting it to you anyways. So I asked in the group, what was stopping you from creating the life you want? What was stopping you from creating what you want in life? What's stopping you from creating your deepest desires? And I gave some options, and I opened it up for you to add other options as well. And one of the options was money. And I noticed when I asked this question quite a bit, because when we look at what's stopping us from creating the life we want, what's stopping us from going after our deepest desires, when we look at those things, we can recognize where our limiting beliefs are. We can recognize where our comfort zones are living. Because when we say, this is what's stopping me, we can recognize that that's the block that's in our way. And again and again, when I ask this question, money is by far one of the biggest answers that I get. And it's one of the answers that, I don't know, just really, it touches me in a different way. It hits me in a different way because it feels very much like something that I never want to stop. I never want you to have any blocks. I never want you to have anything standing in your way of creating the life that you fully desire. But having money as the block that's stopping you from getting what you want just feels like a really heavy block to me. And I think the reason that is because it's an external factor, and we give those external factors, as humans, we give those external factors so much more power because we see them and because we can put like a tangible result or tangible circumstance to them. But the reality is, when we break it down and really look at it, what's standing in our way and those external blocks that are standing in our way, it's never really the external block. It's still a limiting belief. It's still an internal thing. But when we put power on the external, they feel so much bigger. They feel so much more out of our control, when the reality is those are the things that are fully in our control. So what do I mean by all of that? So if we look at what money actually is, if we look at literally what money is, what it comes down to is money is an energy. It's an energy that we put value to. It's an exchange of value, and it's simply an energy. There's literally nothing backing it. There is no gold backing it. There is no paper backing it. There are no coins backing it. There's been an evolution of it. Like way back in the day, we would, exchange cows and for value instead of what we have in modern day, or we would exchange coins for value instead of what we have in modern day, which is a paper or a electronic charge that you can't even like tangibly see the exchange. So it's an energy that is an exchange for value. There's literally nothing backing it. There's literally nothing to be created for you to get more money. No, for you to get more money, no one has to go create more gold to give you more money. For you to create more money, you don't have to go find a cow to exchange to someone. For you to create more money, you don't have to go anything. You just have to open the channels for more money to come. Money is an exchange of value. And if money is the thing that's stopping you from getting what you want, then it's a belief that you have about the value you deserve. If money is the thing stopping you from getting what you want, it's not the actual money, because money is always around us. Money is always available to flow in. It's a belief you have about the value you deserve. So anytime you bring money in, it's because of a value you exchanged out. So if you have a job, you have been assigned a value according to the hours that you work. Someone's decided this is the value you're giving, this is how much value I'll give you in return. If you advance in that company, you then advance in the value that you give to that company. The longer you're there, the more value you give, the more value you receive, right? Same with if you're a business owner. If you're a business owner, you put value out, you get money in exchange, you get the energy in exchange. It's an exchange of value. If money is the thing that is stopping you, it is a belief around the value that you deserve. So when we look at money as a block, we look at the upper limits that we have. And anytime we have an upper limit, whether it's around money or happiness or what we're creating in our life, anytime we have an upper limit, if we hit the ceiling of that upper limit and we're not paying attention, then we just stop and we just plateau. And so if we feel like our upper limit around the money that we want to bring in is at, I don't know, $30,000 a year, then we're going to stop at that upper limit if we're not paying attention, and we're just going to plateau there, and we're not going to change anything because that's what we believe we deserve, and we're not going to change anything from that. If we believe we deserve incremental raises in a really linear phase, so like how we've been taught essentially to earn money in school is to, you know, go get a job, you'll get like that 25,000 entry-level job, and then in like a year, maybe you'll get 30,000, and then another year you'll get 40,000, and then another year you get 50,000, and we get these like incremental, very linear raises. And if that's what you think you deserve, then that's what you're going to continue to create, because we're always creating from the beliefs we have. We're always creating what we believe internally. That's how we take action. We choose to take action from the feelings that we have. We choose those feelings based on the beliefs that we have about ourselves. So if you have a belief about the limit of money you're going to make, you're never going to exceed that limit. And if you do exceed that limit, if you do push the boundaries of your upper limit and you're not paying attention and you're not observing the limits that you have, then you'll get into self-sabotage. And so all of us have upper limits about things that we believe we deserve, like I said a second ago. And if we exceed those upper limits, then we will self-sabotage ourselves, meaning we'll like push all of it out because we're like, what am I doing here? I don't deserve this. What am I doing? Get me out. I'm in the wrong place. Someone put me in the wrong movie. So that's why it's so important to pay attention to the stories that are running your show and to pay attention to the internal beliefs you have, because it's not about the external things. It's not actually about the money. It's about the limit that you've set for yourself in here, not actually about the money. If we think about our favorite success stories, like the ones that inspire us the most, we're not typically inspired by the stories that are like, well, yeah, you know, that's how she was supposed to end up, like, duh. We're not typically inspired by those, and like a feeling isn't drawn out from those stories. Not saying that's bad or wrong for someone's life to go just that way, just the way that it is, but we're typically inspired by the success stories where nothing was working out in her favor, and yet she rose up above it anyways. And those stories show us that it doesn't have to be you were born into, say, you know, making massive amounts of money. Those success stories show us you can overcome anything and achieve anything you want. And those stories show us that we can break the beliefs that we have in our mind. We can break the limits that we have set for ourselves. And so if money is the thing that's standing in your way, if money is the comfort zone that's not allowing you to go further, it's not putting restriction around money. It's about opening yourself up to the beliefs that you want to have. So what are the beliefs that you want to have? What is the energetic match that you want to make around your money? And I'm not saying we just sit around and we go, this is what I believe that I want to have, and then all of a sudden it comes. It's a combination of openness in your beliefs with intentional action walking towards what you want. It's a combination of openness with knowing that you are made worthy of all of the abundant energy in the world, not just around money, but all the abundant energy in the world that there is. You are made completely worthy of that, partnered with intentional action, providing the value that brings the money in. I'm not saying we just sit around and go, I'm going to bring in the money and it's just going to come. I'm also not saying that doesn't work, because I've had clients that have set really specific intentions around dollar amounts. And for example, I had one client that manifested in $10,000. I had another client that manifested in a free van, specifically focusing on what they want and taking action towards it. And then all of a sudden it came in unexpected ways. That's where the openness comes in. But we also have to take intentional action. It's a balance between the two. But when we can shift our beliefs and we can shift our upper limits, then we begin to push those ceilings and we stop letting external factors control our reality. Money is just an energy. Money is just an exchange of value. We put so much pressure on it. We've been taught to put pressure on it. We've been taught that it's what's going to run our entire reality. But you're in control of it. You're in control of the value you put out, and then in turn, from the value you put out, you receive an exchange in. It's an ebb and a flow. It's a balance between the two. And it's not about the external thing. It's about the internal belief. So all of that to say, I want to leave you with, look at the beliefs that you hold, look at the stories that you hold, and start thinking of which ones would you shift? Which ones would you trade out? How do you want to feel? Excuse me. Oh my goodness. If you had an openness, around money, if you knew that you were completely worthy of it, I mean, on that note, this is going to be my last sidebar. Can you look at anyone sitting here watching this video and say, she deserves more money, she deserves less money, she deserves more money, she deserves more money, she deserves less money? No, we could never do that. We could never just look at someone and say, you deserve more, you deserve less. You deserve more, you deserve less. This comes back to the success stories that inspire us. We don't look at the people that rose up and overcame all these challenges and say, well, she just didn't deserve it. I don't know how she did it. We don't look at it that way. We get inspired, we get empowered by those stories because it makes us recognize that everyone is worthy of whatever they want to create. And when we can connect to that, knowing that we're all worthy of all of the energy that we want to bring into our world, when we start to create that openness, and when we couple that with intentional action, walking towards the value that we want to give in order to get the energy exchanged in, then we start to create and shift our limits around money. Right? So stop looking at yourself as, I'm less worthy of earning more than someone else. We could never label other people as that. So why do we label ourselves as that? All right. So start to look at those beliefs. What beliefs would you shift? How do you want to feel around money? And what stories are not supporting that? And what stories would support that? All right, beautiful souls, you are all completely 100% worthy of anything you want to create in your reality. 100% worthy. And money is simply an energy exchange that comes in as a result of showing up for your life, as a result for showing up with your value, as a result for being here. You get to have money because you are, period. You get to have money because you are here, or I am, right? One of my affirmations is, I'm creating abundant wealth because I am, period. There's no end to that sentence. There's nothing I have to do or be more of. It's just because I am here. It's an exchange. It's an energy that we have, period. So you're all 100% worthy. You are all worthy of an overflow of money. What are the beliefs that you want to shift? What would you feel and what stories would support those feelings. If you want to dive into this deeper, or if you want to dive into other blocks and other topics like this deeper, this is exactly what you in the Extraordinary Life. We talk about topics like this. We talk about the blocks that are standing in your way. We talk about the limits, the upper limits. We dive much deeper into the beliefs, much deeper into the process of changing those beliefs. And that's what we do every single month. Every single month, I give a workshop that's about double this time, so probably like 30 to 45 minutes, going deep into a topic. So not next month, but the following is going to be all about money. So the whole month, we're going to be diving into that money block even deeper and actually taking those beliefs and switching them. Next month is just about limiting beliefs in itself. So looking at what the limiting beliefs you have in your life and how to start to shift those. If you want to dive deeper into topics like this, come join us in the Extraordinary Life community. We do a workshop every month, and we also do a coaching call every month. So if you have specific questions, we can dive deeper into those. And you also get a self-care kit every month, because when we do the inner work, we start to recognize these beliefs that are standing in our way and how to shift them. So I'll pop the link in the comments. I hope you all have the most beautiful day today. And I hope that you remember in everything that you do that you are 100% worthy of any amount of abundance you want to create. You are 100% worthy of anything you want to bring into your reality. And you are in complete control of what you bring in your reality. The external factors are not in control of you. Money is not in control of you. You are in control of creating and bringing and balancing the give and receive of money. All right, lots and lots and lots of love to you all. I hope you all are experiencing so much love and wellness during this time, and I will see you soon. Bye.